Hello and welcome to this short but sweet tutorial for progressing windsurfers who are ready to get rid of the uphill rope and learn the beach or water start. Or simply for advanced windsurfers who want to speed up their water starts. In order to learn the beach and water start, you should have good control over the sail and be fully able to plane hooked in your harness. Stick around until the end of the video for my 2 bonus tips. I closely analyzed the most common mistakes and I think there are some real game changers for those of you struggling. My name is Nico, this is the biggest windsurfing community on YouTube, and I'll take you along with me on my windsurfing sessions and adventures, and you learn new skills for all sorts of levels.
Water start is a crucial maneuver if you want to step on smaller boards on which you can't uphold the sail anymore. It'll also save you time and a lot of hassle on the water. So it's pretty much an essential maneuver at the beginning of your windsurfing career. In this video you're going to learn it in 4 steps. Positioning, clearing the sail, then repositioning and the pop-up.
Step 1 and 3 are basically the same for beach and water start, but of course maneuvering your gear around is easier when having contact to the ground. To practice either one, you first need to end up in the water.
Yo Lars, could you see that crash was fake?
Yes.
We could show a real one too.
Step 1 is the right positioning. The position you want to find yourself in is obviously with the mast 90 degrees to the wind and the board pointing forward. In this position, it's easiest to get the sail out of the water, and it's also roughly the position you'll want to start in.
So here's already the first pro tip for the more experienced of you out there. If the sail is completely in the wrong direction, the wind is coming from over there right now, you can just flip it, make sure the wind catches underneath, and that way it'll be way faster for you to get it in the right position. You get the wind underneath the sail, and there you go.
Step 2 will be to clear the sail. The trick is to let the sail catch wind so it clears all the water by itself. From your desired 90-degree position, it's fairly easy. To make this as easy as possible, you always want to start from the top.
If, however, you flip the sail too far from the bottom, for example here from the boom, the mast will push itself into the water just like this, and the whole rig will go underwater. So always kind of go from the tip.
In whatever position you're in, starting from the top is always the way to go if you want the wind to help you clear the sail. From the top, you'll work your way down, put your back hand onto the boom first, and then your second hand as well. So now that the sail is cleared, let's take a look at step 3, repositioning. Once you have both of your hands on the boom, it's likely that your nose of the board is pointing into the wind. First of all, to avoid that, try to not pull the rig towards yourself when moving your hands down to the boom. It's helpful to keep swimming slightly downwind rather than pulling the rig towards yourself. That way, you can help the board to stay at 90 degrees to the wind. And if you didn't manage to do so, you'll want to reposition yourself.
Repositioning yourself with the hands on the boom is a lot easier. So you can just do it with pressure on the mast base. If I press the front hand, for example, the board will go downwind and bring me in the right position.
The ideal positioning for your beach or water start is slightly downwind from your 90-degree angle. Try to learn steering your kit into the right position and then practice to keep it there. Because in the beginning, every little movement or distraction will push you out of position. Once you have a feeling for where the sweet spot is, it's time for step 4, popping up. Next, you will step onto your board. The Beachstart is the one you will need to learn first. With this one, you feel safer and it takes less strength and technique. Start by going into knee to waist deep water and get into position as explained before. The first step is with your back foot in between the foot straps. Plant your foot, find a secure position, and then afterwards let the sail pull you up and plant the second foot. The movement of the sail is important to get you lifted up onto the board. You'll close the sail while pushing it forward. This will give you that extra lift and brings the sail in an upright position. You can firmly push yourself off the ground with the front foot and then place it in between the straps and the mast base.
Put your back foot between the back straps onto the center line of the board with the heel just like that. Now you can feel the wind pulling. You're gonna close the sail, push it up over your head and push yourself off the ground with the back foot and place it in front of the mast base, just like that. Close the sail and up.
Now let's take a look at popping up onto the board while water starting.
So now you already learned how to position yourself, and for the water start you're gonna need a lot more body tension because you're basically pulling yourself out of the water. So let's see how that is done.
Lay the heel of your back foot in between the two back straps onto the center line of the board. Perform the same slingshot-like sail movement, push it forward and close it. Now you'll need more wind because your whole body is covered with water. You really have to hold on to your boom as the sail drags you out of the water. You can use your front foot to pedal a bit if the wind is light. When popping up, really stretch your arms all the way and make sure to look straight ahead. The arms are going to be all the way over your head.
So now this is super crucial. Take a look at how compact I'm gonna be in the back. When I put my back foot on the board, the hind side is super compact and I'm gonna pull my leg under my bum as opposed to push it away. So I wanna bring the board towards me, just like that.
Okay guys, and now it's time for you to get out on the water and practice beach and water starts. Before I give you my 2 top tips, make sure to subscribe to the channel and leave a like under the video if you feel like it has helped you.
Probably the most common mistake when water starting is that when you close the sail for the pop-up, the nose of the board turns into the wind. Kind of looks like this. And then you lose all the pressure in the sail. So in order to counter this, you want to put pressure on the mast base. So you want to press down onto the mast base with your front hand and bring the sail forward when water starting. So press down and you see the board will go downwind like that.
So my second tip helps you with the same problem. I've briefly mentioned it before, but I want to emphasize this even more. You need to try and pull the tail off the board towards your bum. Plant the heel of the back foot onto the deck, pull it and roll the foot flat onto the deck. All this while of course keeping your arms long.
And that is it with this tutorial, friends. Please let me know in the comments how the water start has been going for you. I literally read all of the comments, even though I can't always answer them. Also, please let me know in the comments what kind of tutorials you would like to see in the future. And now all that's left to say is keep the motivation up. Sometimes it's a tough road, but eventually you get there and you will wonder how once you didn't know how to do it. So get out there and get it done. Alright guys, make sure to subscribe and I see you in the next video.